Binance OTC volume in early 2026 already hits 25% of last year's. Total Binance's over-the-counter trading desk processed roughly 25% of its entire 2025 annual volume in just the first 2 months of 2026, according to a Binance blog post flagged by Wu Blockchain on March 28. If the pace holds, the exchange's OTC operation is on track to exceed last year's total by mid-year. The disclosure lands at a time when retail sentiment is deep in fear territory. Bitcoin traded at $66,379 as of March 28, 2026, down 3.5% over the prior 24 hours and 6.2% on the week. The Fear and Greed Index sat at 23, firmly in fear. Ethereum, Solana, and XRP all posted similar weekly declines of 7% or more. What the OTC numbers actually mean. OTC desks handle large block trades that would move markets if executed on a public order book. A hedge fund buying $50 million in Bitcoin does not place a market order on Binance Spot. It calls the OTC desk, which sources liquidity privately and settles the trade without visible price impact. When OTC volume surges, it signals that large buyers or sellers are active at scale. The 25% in 2 months figure implies an annualized run rate roughly 1.5 times 2025's full-year total, which itself was already a record. Binance reported in its 2025 end-of-year report that OTC fiat trading volume had surged 210% year-over-year, and institutional trading volume had grown 21%. So the baseline was already elevated. The 2026 acceleration is compounding on top of a year that already saw institutional adoption shift from experimental to operational. Institutions buy while retail panics. The divergence between institutional flow and retail sentiment is the sharpest angle here. The Fear and Greed Index has not been above 30 for most of March 2026. BTC is down from $70,500 at the start of the month. Retail traders are capitulating, with $300 million in long liquidations hitting in a single day earlier this week. Meanwhile, the OTC desk is logging volumes that suggest the opposite behavior from large allocators. This pattern has historical precedent. During the 2022 bear market, OTC desks reported steady institutional activity even as retail participation collapsed. Those who accumulated through fear zones in late 2022 were sitting on 200% plus gains by early 2025. That does not mean history will repeat. But the structural signal is clear. The entities with the largest positions and the longest time horizons are not waiting for the crowd. Who is on the other side? Not all OTC volume is buying. OTC desks also facilitate large sell orders from miners, early token holders, and funds rebalancing portfolios. Binance's disclosure does not break out the buy-sell ratio. What it does confirm is raw throughput. The desk is processing a quarter of last year's activity in 1/6 of the time. Whether that skews toward accumulation or distribution, the sheer scale of institutional engagement is increasing. Binance's 300 million registered users make it the largest exchange by user count. Its institutional arm, Binance VIP, provides dedicated account managers, customized fee structures, and settlement tools designed for funds and corporate treasuries. The 2025 report noted that institutional clients increasingly demanded governance, collateral frameworks, and settlement processes aligned with traditional finance standards. What this means for the broader market, institutional OTC activity at this scale has downstream effects. Large OTC buys reduce available supply without the visible order book pressure that triggers retail FOMO. The result can be a tightening supply picture that only becomes apparent when prices begin moving up and the order book reveals thin sell-side liquidity. For Binance cardholders and retail users, the institutional data is context rather than a direct product change. But Binance's overall revenue and product investment follow exchange volume. A year of record OTC activity could fund expanded retail services, new regional card launches, and more competitive fee structures for everyday users. The broader question is whether other exchanges are seeing the same pattern. Coinbase, Kraken, and OKX all operate institutional OTC desks. If Binance's acceleration is industry-wide, 2026 could be the year institutional crypto trading decisively outpaces retail for the first time.